in time, this is all going to make sense to you.
8 spectacular athletes with a tremendous opportunity ahead. Best record will advance to determine the interim NXT.
Swerve's house.
I must keep fighting. Keep Cruiserweight champion again.
It's going to take 3 matches. Atlas is all about.
I don't think anybody in the history of WWE.
What a move by Atlas! And Atlas has put away Maverick.
At the end of this tournament, we're all going to realize that I am the premier athlete.
And a tap out by Nate. An absolutely incredible performance.
Once and future king.
No se me ocurre una mejor manera de comenzar.
This is exactly what Phantasma needed his first time out. As we welcome you to defends his North American title against Damian Priest, also for the first time since her title win at WrestleMania. The NXT, before we get to that, we start off our evening with more competition in the Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix and the voice of NXT, Mara.
In WWE, and that is a great thing, Beth, as we get started with...
The following contest scheduled for one fall is an interim weighing in at 201 pounds, Isaiah. So let's be back here on NXT and kick things off with Swerve be adaptable against a variety of competitors, all shapes.
Tom Phillips back in to update us on the standings.
There you can see Group B. Later on tonight, Drake Maverick faces Tony Nese, Tasma to separate themselves a bit.
It's been a full. Still feels he's going to reach astronomical heights like another Scott.
Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 204 pounds.
The flyest in the room is about to encounter an elite.
Definitely a clash of styles. Phantasma bringing them extremely dangerous.
And after his tournament, Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, who in recent weeks were abducted by a couple, Tasma had a chance to identify them. We will close El Hijo del Fantasma. What a matchup of styles, Beth.
He's telling Swerve right in that moment. He could have had him just...
Started his career at the tender age of 15. This second generation. Looking for La Magistral Cradle. Shoulders are down.
And again, taunting by Phantasma.
And top battle with Akira Tozawa. He dropped his opening matchup in this tournament. And a beautiful head scissors.
Swerve looking to get that focus back after those two.
Style is an abstract painting that is constantly changing, and he will.
Wow.
Let's go, Swerve.
These two.
Step up Enziguri by El Hijo del Fantasma. The NXT Cruiserweight champ Jordan Devlin, travel restrictions for Eagle, and El Hijo del Fantasma, Beth, showing his experience breaking.
They're paying the price. Looks to have been knocked a little bit loopy.
And El Hijo del Fantasma with a full head of steam, but he gets crushed on himself back into this interim Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Wonderful Frankensteiner off the rope, the cover, and Scott gets
the action. Incredible Hurricane Rana. Spring.
I'm Swerve Scott. As disciplined as a Shaolin monk.
Experience in the United States military that helps him in this tournament. He believes that if I could win, he's got an 0-1 record right now, but that doesn't count him out entirely.
Going for a double grapevine, but Phantasma able to get to his feet.
And putting it to El Hijo del Fantasma. Fantasma with the there's a flying Rana La Tijera for El Hijo del.
Quick reaction time.
Baseball slide, and speaking of quick, will Scott win his first match in the tournament?
Mess around here, Evan. Wow. Don't do it. Let's do this together. Nice rip, Robbie.
Through Progressive, you get more than just a big discount.
Has never been tougher in the Cruiserweight division, and we are with a signing involved for the first time in black and gold brand action. Swerve Scott.
And again, this is a critical match. He needs a pinfall victory in this to remain competitive.
Moving closer to the best record, will advance to the final and become the interim flip, a reversal, and what a basement dropkick by Phantasma.
Any kind of situation and still pull off offense.
Oh, and Phantasma, long line of tremendous luchadors with Máscaras, and now El Hijo del Fantasma. Hoping Scott! Frankensteiner by Phantasma.
Looking possibly to finish him off.
The diving splash, the cover, crossface, and somehow
to do damage to the chest and collarbone area of Swerve, able to catch your breath after an impact like that.
chopping each other. Tom, that is like ripping off a bandage.
That's what we saw from the importance of the mask. That's what turned the match at points for Gallagher.
Well, we've seen that closed fist from Isaiah Swerve Scott before do some damage. And
Use his strength and the German suplex with a release. God needs to go for the cover, but Phantasma, the 20-year
veteran that's been building with Swerve this entire matchup.
Heel del Phantasma with the tope from the...
Who can get one step closer to the interim NXT Cruiserweight Championship?
The target was indeed met. Well, it's El Heel del Phantasma looking for the Phantom Driver, but crucifix and a pin. Isaiah Scott wins. Swerve is confident, and Beth, that's in the room, just knocked off El Heel del Phantasma.
The ropes, and then as this match progressed, both men looked to do the crucifix, pinfall, and score a win over Phantasma.
But as you can see, Phantasma and Swerve, they're still in the hunt, but it does give to this Maverick here on NXT.
NXT Cruiserweight Championship Tournament.
Phantasma, I know him before getting to NXT. So he's as hard as everybody in this tournament. I will not be denied. I promise you, give that ball to Swerve. This will be Swerve's house.
Isaiah Swerve Scott feeling very confident in the interim NXT Cruiserweight champion in history, Adam Cole, but last week suffered a pinfall loss between himself and the Velveteen Dream. 8 spectacular athletes with a tremendous opportunity. Star with the best record will advance to determine the interim.
This will be Swerve's house.
I must keep fighting to become Cruiserweight champion again.
It's going to take 3. What Jake Atlas is all about.
I don't think anybody in the history...
Oh, and what a move by Atlas! And Atlas has put away Matt.
At the end of this tournament, we're all going to realize that I am the...
Sheeta gonna tap out by knee. An absolutely incredible...
Always been the once and future king.
This is exactly what Phantasma needed his first tournament. As we welcome Lee defends his North American title against Damian Priest, the Queen, for the first time since her title win at WrestleMania. But before we get to that, we start off our evening with more competition. WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix and the voice of NXT.
Of TP and WWE, and that is a great thing, Beth, as we get...
The following contest scheduled for one fall is in Como, Washington, weighing in at 201 pounds. Isaiah. We're excited to be back here on NXT and kick things off. We've seen Swerve be adaptable against a variety of competitors.
Let's bring Tom Phillips back in to update us on the standings.
We're about to see in Group B later on tonight, Drake Maverick faces Tony Dio del Phantasma to separate themselves a bit.
Yeah, but he still feels he's going to reach astronomical heights like another...
From Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 204 pounds.
But Beth, the flyest in the room, is about to encounter an...
Tomorrow, definitely a clash of styles, Phantasma, and extremely dangerous.
And after Israel Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, who in recent weeks were abducted before Phantasma had a chance to identify them, we will... Scott, El Heel del Phantasma, what a matchup of styles.
You can see he's telling Swerve right in that moment. He could have had...
Having started his career at the tender age of 15, this second speed looking for La Magistral Cradle. Shoulders are down.
And again, taunting by Phantasma.
A hard-fought battle with Akira Tozawa. He dropped his opening matchup in this tournament. And a beautiful head house.
Swerve looking to get that focus back.
Said his style is an abstract painting that is constantly changing. Offense.
Wow.
Let's go, Swerve.
Step up Enziguri by El Heel. Of course, the NXT Cruiserweight champ Jordan Devlin, travel receiver William Regal, and El Heel del Phantasma, Beth, showing his experience.
See Swerve here paying the price. Looks to have been knocked a little bit.
Oh, and El Heel del Phantasma with a full head of steam, but he gets to maneuver himself back into this interim Cruiserweight champion with a wonderful Frankensteiner off the rope, the cover.
And another look at the action. Incredible Hurricane Rana.
And Tom Swerve Scott, as disciplined as a shout.
Pardon, experience in the United States military that helps him in this tournament. He believes out here in this tournament. Granted, he's got an 0-1 record right now, but that doesn't count him out.
He was going for a double grapevine, but Fantasma able to get to his feet.
Disciplines and putting it to El Hijo del Fantasma. And there's a flying Rana La Tijera for El Hijo.
Quick feet, quick reaction time.
Baseball slide and speak in the face. Will Scott win his first match in the tournament?
Don't bring that mess around here, Evan! Wow! We're gonna get through this together.
Nice rip. Auto insurance through Progressive. You get more than just a big discount.
Division has never been tougher in the cruiserweight division, and Luchador signing involved for the first time in black and gold. Isaiah Swerve Scott.
And again, this is a tournament. He needs a pinfall victory in this to remain.
Moving closer to the best record will advance to the final and become sunset flip, a reversal, and what a basement dropkick by Fantasma.
In any kind of situation and still pull off offense.
Swerve Scott.
Oh, and Fantasma in a long line of tremendous lucha and mil máscaras, and now El Hijo del Fantasma. Oh, can he come? Scott! Frankensteiner by Fantasma.
Not done. Looking possibly to finish him off.
There's the diving splash to cover crossface, and
Fantasma continued to do damage to the chest and collarbone area of Swerve. So difficult to catch your breath after an impact like that.
And Scott chopping each other. His chest, Tom, that is like ripping off a bandage.
That's remember the importance of the mask. That's what turned the match at points, Beth.
Well, we've seen that closed fist from Isaiah Swerve Scott before. Deucin
looking to use his strength and the German suplex. And Scott needs to go for the cover, but Fantasma, the 20.
That frustration that's been building with Swerve this entire matchup.
Here comes El Hijo del Fantasma with the tope.
All about who can get one step closer to the interim NXT Cruiserweight.
That the target was indeed. Here we go, it's El Hijo del Fantasma looking for the Phantom Drive. Crucifix and a pin. Isaiah Swerve is confident, and Beth, biased in the room, just knocked off El Hijo del Fantasma.
Between the ropes, and then as this match progressed, both feet that would do the crucifix, pinfall, and score win.
As the winner, but as you can see, Fantasma and Swerve, they're still in the hunt, but it does versus Maverick here on NXT.
From NXT Cruiserweight Championship Tournament.
El Fantasma, I know him before getting to NXT. So he needs this more than everybody in this tournament. I will not be denied. Win the game. I promise you, give that ball to Swerve. And this will be Swerve's house.
Isaiah Swerve Scott feeling very confident in the interim NXT champion in history, Adam Cole, but last week suffered a pinfall title match between himself and the Velveteen Dream.